Open your fridge right now. You might see a soda, some yogurt, or leftover pizza, but your ancestors wouldn't recognize this as food. So what is your body actually programmed to eat? To find out, we have to go back roughly 3 million years. Your earliest ancestors were not apex predators. We were small, vulnerable, and entirely dependent on scavenging. When a lion killed an antelope on the savannah, it ate the muscle, the liver, and the heart. Then the hyenas moved in for the rest, crunching the ribs and the skin. By the time our ancestors arrived, what was left was scraps. We survived on the one thing those other animals couldn't reach: marrow. It was sealed inside thick leg bones, bones too dense even for hyena jaws to break. Early humans would creep up to a carcass, grab those thick thigh bones, and smash them open using early stone tools. Inside that bone was gray, slick, dripping fat. We could reach it because we had the one thing no other scavenger had: hands that could grip a rock to crack a bone. They scooped out that marrow and ate it raw. Fat is the most calorie-dense food in the animal, and for a scavenger living on leftovers, a skull or a thigh bone was a jackpot. Your body still treats fat like treasure because it remembers the millions of years where finding it meant survival. For over 1 million years, this was the menu: raw meat, roots, and insects like termites and thick white larvae. But surviving on raw food forces your gut to do hours of chemical work to break down the material and extract the fuel. About 1 million years ago, we captured fire. Cooking is external pre-digestion, breaking food apart before it enters your mouth. As we relied on cooked food, our gut shrank, freeing up massive energy. This energy went to one place: the brain. Fire fueled that machine. Feeding that brain meant taking extreme risks. The Hadza tribe in Tanzania still get roughly 15% of their calories from wild honey. They climb trees and endure hundreds of bee stings because nothing else in the wild packs that many calories into one bite. That same craving is still alive in you. For hundreds of thousands of years, sugar provided instant energy and extra fuel your body stored as fat. That fat kept you alive when the food ran out. The human brain is a demanding engine. Our cravings for fat and sugar were built into our biology to ensure that engine never ran out of fuel. Fueling that engine pushed our ancestors to lengths that are difficult to admit. In Gough's Cave in England, researchers found human bones from nearly 15,000 years ago that suggest a ritualized diet. Skulls found at the site had been meticulously cleaned with stone tools. The faces were removed, leaving the tops of the skulls shaped into drinking cups. The long bones were cracked open for marrow, the same way ancestors cracked open antelope bones. This chart shows the calories provided by a human body compared to the megafauna available. A human offers about 125,000 calories, while a single mammoth holds 3 million. Cannibalism wasn't an efficient food source, it was a choice. We also ate what we would now consider waste. Hunters buried extra meat in caves or stashed it in cold streams for weeks. By the time they returned, the meat was crawling with maggots and smelling of decay. Bacteria had already partially broken down the tissue, making it easier to chew and absorb. The rot even produced B vitamins the body needed. Every fermented food you enjoy today is just controlled rot. Cheese, yogurt, and sourdough are versions of that ancient rotting meat practice, slowed down and made safe for modern tastes. Modern concepts of disgust hold no weight against our history. Your body rewards caloric efficiency and survival, regardless of the source. Your body doesn't recognize grocery stores. It still follows a 3 million-year-old program to eat what is rich and rare while you can. It cannot distinguish between the sugar in a honeycomb and the sugar in a donut. The modern food industry hijacked that signal. By packaging simple sugars and fats into almost every item on the shelf, they exploit a biological drive to store fat for a famine that never arrives. We are living in an evolutionary mismatch. A modern human would starve in the ancient wild, blind to the calories hidden in the landscape around them. If an ancient human walked into your kitchen, they would think they had entered a god's pantry. Cold drinks, fresh milk, and fruit from distant lands, all available without a chase. For most of human history, and for tribes like the Hadza today, eating is still a precarious, deeply communal effort. They share the scraps because they know that tomorrow there might be nothing. For 3 million years, every human who lived was hungry, cold, and tired. When you raid the fridge tonight, you are the first who isn't.